your credit score might be dropping right now. And the scary part is, you probably have no idea it's happening. You could be paying your bills, using your card, normally, doing everything you think is right, and still, behind the scenes, your score is quietly taking hit after hit. And here's the truth, most people don't realize. Your credit score isn't just a number. It's the key that decides whether you get approved or rejected, whether you pay low interest or get trapped in high payments, whether you move forward financially or stay stuck. One small mistake, just one, can cost you thousands of dollars over time. And today, there are millions of people unknowingly making these mistakes every single day. What's worse, some of the biggest credit score killers don't look like mistakes at all. In fact, one of them is something almost everyone does, thinking it's actually helping them, when in reality, it's doing the exact opposite. So if you've ever been denied a loan, struggled to get approved for a credit card, or wondered why your score isn't improving no matter what you do, this is something you need to pay very close attention to, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to break down the 5 things that are silently destroying your credit score right now, and, more importantly, how you can fix each one before it's too late. Make sure you stick till the end, because the last one is something you can fix faster than you think, and it could give your score a noticeable boost. The first thing destroying your credit score right now is missing payments, and this one is the most dangerous because it carries the biggest weight. Payment history alone makes up about 35% of your credit score, which means even one late payment can cause serious damage. And when I say late, I don't just mean forgetting for months. Even being 30 days late can drop your score significantly, and that negative mark can stay on your credit report for up to 7 years. Think about that for a second. One mistake, just one, can follow you for nearly a decade. The reason this matters so much is simple. Lenders want to know if they can trust you. When you miss payments, it sends a signal that you might not be reliable when it comes to paying back money. And once that trust is broken, it takes time to rebuild. Now, here's the scary part. Most people don't miss payments intentionally. Life gets busy. Bills pile up, and suddenly a due date slips by. But the credit system doesn't care why it happened, it only records that it did. The good news, though, is that this is one of the easiest problems to fix. Setting up automatic payments can completely eliminate the risk of forgetting. Even setting simple reminders on your phone can make a huge difference. If you've already missed a payment, the best thing you can do is catch up immediately and stay consistent moving forward. Over time, the impact will fade, but consistency is key. So if there's one thing you take seriously from this video, let it be this: never miss a payment, because this single habit can make or break your entire credit profile. The second thing, silently hurting your credit score, is high credit utilization. And this is where a lot of people get confused. You might think that, as long as you're paying your credit card bill on time, you're doing everything right, but that's not entirely true. Credit utilization refers to how much of your available credit you're actually using, and it plays a huge role in your score. For example, if you have a credit limit of $1,000 and you're using $800, that's 80% utilization, and that's a red flag to lenders. It tells them that you might be relying too heavily on credit, which makes you appear risky. Ideally, you want to keep your utilization below 30%. And if you really want to optimize your score, keeping it under 10% is even better. What most people don't realize is that your credit card balance can affect your score even if you pay it off in full every month. That's because your balance is usually reported before your payment is made, meaning your score might reflect a higher usage than you expect. The fix here is simple but powerful. Start paying down your balance before the statement closing date instead of waiting for the due date. This way, a lower balance gets reported to the credit bureaus. Another strategy is to increase your credit limit, but only if you can trust yourself not to spend more. The key idea here is this: just because you have access to credit doesn't mean you should use all of it. Keeping your usage low shows control, discipline, and financial stability, and that's exactly what lenders want to see. The third mistake that could be destroying your credit score is applying for too much credit in a short period of time, also known as the hard inquiry trap. Every time you apply for a credit card, loan, or financing, the lender performs a hard inquiry on your credit report. And while 1 or 2 inquiries might not seem like a big deal, multiple inquiries in a short span of time can quickly add up and start dragging your score down. But it's not just about the points you lose, it's about the message you send. When lenders see several credit applications within a few weeks or months, it can make you look desperate for credit, which raises concerns about your financial stability. It's like walking into multiple banks asking for money at the same time. MIT doesn't exactly inspire confidence. This is where many people go wrong. They get rejected once, then apply again somewhere else, and then again, thinking eventually they'll get approved. But in reality, each new application makes things worse. The smarter approach is to slow down and be strategic. Space out your applications by at least 3 to 6 months whenever possible. Before applying, check your chances of approval and only go for options that fit your credit profile. Also, keep in mind that not all checks are harmful. Soft inquiries, like checking your own score, don't affect you at all. So stay informed without fear. At the end of the day, credit is a long-term game, not something you rush. Being patient and selective with your applications can protect your score and actually improve your chances of getting approved when it matters most. The fourth thing that could be hurting your credit score might sound surprising, and that is closing old credit accounts. A lot of people believe that closing unused credit cards is a smart financial move, but in reality, it can backfire in a big way. Your credit history length makes up a significant portion of your score, and older accounts play a crucial role in building that history. When you close an old account, especially one you've had for years, you're essentially erasing part of your financial track record. This shortens your average account age, which can lower your score. But that's not the only problem. Closing an account also reduces your total available credit, which can instantly increase your credit utilization ratio if your spending stays the same. So you end up getting hit from two directions at once. For example, if you have two cards with a total limit of $2,000 and you're using $500, your utilization is 25%. But if you close one card and your total limit drops to $1,000, that same $500 balance suddenly becomes 50% utilization, which is much worse. The smarter move is to keep old accounts open, especially if they don't have annual fees. You don't even need to use them often, just make a small purchase every few months to keep them active. Think of your old accounts as assets, not liabilities. They show stability, experience, and long-term responsibility. And in the world of credit, those are incredibly valuable signals. The fifth and final thing that could be damaging your credit score is something you might not even be aware of. That's errors on your credit report. This is one of the most overlooked issues, yet it can have a serious impact on your score. Your credit report is maintained by major bureaus like Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, and while they aim for accuracy, mistakes happen more often than you'd think. These errors can include incorrect account balances, duplicate accounts, payments marked as late when they were actually on time, or even accounts that don't belong to you at all due to identity theft or mixed files. The worst part is that these errors can sit there quietly, dragging your score down without you realizing it. That's why checking your credit report regularly is so important. When you review your report, look carefully at every detail and question anything that doesn't seem right. If you find an error, you have the right to dispute it, and once it's verified as incorrect, it can be removed. This process alone can sometimes boost your score faster than anything else, because you're removing negative information that shouldn't be there in the first place. Think of it like cleaning up a messy room. Once the clutter is gone, everything improves instantly. So don't ignore this step. Monitoring your credit report isn't just a good habit, it's a powerful way to protect your financial health and make sure your score truly reflects your behavior. Now here's the truth. Most people never realize your credit score is not fixed, it's not permanent, and it's definitely not something that's out of your control. It's simply a reflection of your habits. And the moment you change those habits, you start changing your score. The 5 things we talked about today: missing payments, high credit utilization, too many applications, closing old accounts, and ignoring errors, these are the silent killers. They don't always feel like big mistakes in the moment, but over time, they quietly hold you back from opportunities that could completely change your life. Lower interest rates, better approvals, financial freedom, these things are all on the other side of a strong credit score. So, the real question is, what are you going to do about it? Because now you know the truth. You know exactly what might be hurting you, and more importantly, you know how to fix it. And the best part, you don't need years to start seeing results. Small, smart changes starting today can begin to shift your score faster than you think. One on-time payment, one lower balance, one smart decision at a time. That's how the game is won. If this video opened your eyes even a little, Don't just watch and forget, take action. And I want to hear from you. Which one of these mistakes have you been making without realizing it? Drop it in the comments below. And if you want me to break down exactly how to boost your credit score step by step, make sure you hit subscribe and let me know. Because your financial future isn't decided by chance, it's decided by the moves you make starting right now.